Well, I'm just coming back from a week-long vacation, and some crazy things went down over this past week. So it really got me thinking about relationships. And I know the last few videos have been about relationships, but this is insurance. Whether you're on the agency side, selling the promises, or you're on the claim side, keeping the promises, it's all the people business, right? So that's why we're going to talk about relationships again. Now, the relationships I'm talking about today are those meaningful professional connections that you make. I know everybody's probably heard the old adage about you are the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with. Okay, we're going to stick with that one. It used to be those 5 people were the people within your office, the people within your small community, because communication was so difficult. Now, things are so easy thanks to this. You can connect with people on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever it may be. There's some out there that Gary Vee's talking about right now that I don't even have a clue about. Yik yak? It's so easy now to build that network of people around you to continue to improve yourself. Now, I've talked about the 5 a.m. Club on Twitter, hashtag 5 a.m. Club ins. And really what it is, it's an accountability group where this group, mostly of independent agents, but it's expanding now, of like-minded people that are just striving to push each other better. Even if I'm number 30 or 35 of that list, I'm still getting better because all of these people are driving improvement amongst all of us, holding each other accountable, and it's all because of connections on a cell phone or the internet. And I'm not going to get into preaching about social media and why you need to be involved in social media, because if you're watching this video right now, you're involved in it. So what brought on this topic this week? Well, the events from this past week really got me to thinking about some of the connections that really got me to expand my network on social media over the past several months. And what happened was, following a podcast interview with Nick Lamparelli on the Insurance Nerds, Profiles in Risk, we just got to chatting about different podcasts that we were listening to, ones we were planning on listening to, etc., etc. And I happened to bring up the name of Agency Nation. Now, I'll be honest, at that point, I knew a little bit about Agency Nation, but I wasn't listening to the podcast, maybe caught an article here or there. But Nick said, the guy Ryan who hosts that podcast, he really does a great job. You should check it out. So what I did was the next morning, I happened to download the most recent episode, and it happened to be one where Ryan Hanley was interviewing Nicholas Ayers. And at the very beginning of the interview, Nick brought up an awful situation. And really what it was is Hanley crashed his drone. And it was just a great episode, a terrible result to the Mavic Pro, but it was a great episode. Now, in full disclosure, I don't even know if Ryan knows this at this point. I got into the office and I was like, man, that guy was pretty cool. I need to connect with him. So I got to my computer and I started writing a LinkedIn invite. I'll be honest, the only reason I did this is I thought Ryan was a young guy, didn't know much about his role or his impact on the industry at that point. It was pure ignorance. It's the only reason I reached out to him, which I'm glad I was ignorant, because it allowed me to write that message out to him. And not 2 minutes after I sent it out to him, he responded back, accepting the invite, as well as responding back in a comment stating, dude, thanks a lot for listening. There was a video that went along with that. Check it out, and he sent a link. From that point on, I got sucked in, and I learned more and more about Ryan, and I started thinking, who are you to start asking him questions and try to be connected with him? But that's where I learned a valuable lesson, that there's a lot of people out there that, regardless of their role, their title, what they've done in the industry or in other industries, there are a lot of great people out there looking to help everybody. And that's why people love Ryan, and they honestly do, and they follow him. They'll follow him anywhere. They're going to be following him to Bold Penguin now with his move over there. But it's true. He truly cares about each and every person that he interacts with. And there are so many more people like Ryan out there that if we're afraid to reach out and connect and tell them, listen, I saw this interview that you were on, or I read this article and it was wonderful work, I'd love to learn more from you. A lot of those people want you to learn. They want to grow their network as well because they're trying to be the best version of themselves. And along with that comes the best version of yourself. If it wasn't for that connection online, none of this would be happening. So I learned a valuable lesson that day too, that no matter who that connection is, don't be afraid to reach out, but be respectful of it. Send a message. Don't just send out a blanket LinkedIn invite. That's something that Ash Fitz talks about in one of her articles. Send a meaningful message with it as well. Tell them what you've read about them or what you've learned about them, what you'd like to learn from them, and be extremely respectful. And a lot of these folks out there, they want to help out as well. Ryan is a perfect example that he's looking for everybody to get better. It's all about connecting with them, and he wants everybody to reach that peak performance that he's been talking about these days. Now, I know he's going to do great things at Bold Penguin as a chief marketing officer over there now, but also we got Joey Jingola and Sydney Rowe. They're going to be killing it per usual at Agency Nation. So a lot of great things happening right now. But if I can leave you with one thing, it's connect with your people. Become the average of those 5 as they talk about, or be the 35th out of that 35. But as long as you manufacture that great group of people, we're all going to get better together. That's what it's all about. JB out.